Beating down the Indiana Pacers in an Eastern Conference Finals rematch by 37 to snap a two-game losing streak, the Boston Celtics were fueled by 44 points from Sports Illustrated Player of the Year and 2024 Finals MVP Jaylen Brown. In a game that was dictated by the lethalness of JB, where he made monster plays on both ends of the floor at an All-NBA and All-Defensive Team caliber level, Jayson, Tatum, Payton, Pritchard, and Al Horford combined for 53. Aptly nicknamed the Gravedigger by Celtics play-by-play announcer Drew Carter for how he proverbially digs the grave of players he dunks on, Jaylen Brown continued to catch bodies against the Pacers on Friday night. Brown's 44-piece came on 16 for 24 shooting from the field, 6 for 11 shooting from deep range, and 6 for 6 shooting from the foul line. Brown also had 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 assists while being a game-high plus 30. Jaylen started the game out shooting 9 for 9 from the field, and one of those field goals resembled his game-tying shot in the East Finals from last spring against these very Pacers, a catch-and-shoot from the left corner off a baseline inbound pass. The Gravedigger would pick off this Tyrese Halliburton swing to Siakam and flush it on the other side. Then, in the span of under a minute, he'd fly down the lane for this poster on Miles Turner.
He's smoking! Oh, Jaylen Brown! The Gravedigger comes out on a Friday!
Take it past Halliburton on the fast break to finish at the cup, then knock it away from Turner and take it coast to coast to do this.
Showtime! Oh!
Showtime indeed, Drew, as that was one hell of a sequence from the 7-4-1 Performance brand founder. After a stretch where the Celtics lost 3 of their last 4 games, quote-unquote Celtics fans were saying they wanted Brown traded, but Brown told those haters to stay on that side with his performance. Brown passed Paul Pierce for the second most games in Celtics franchise history with at least 40 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 three-pointers made. Only Jayson Tatum has more games with 40-plus points and 5-plus threes specifically. Defensively, it was the first game this season where Jaylen had 4 steals, and Brown's 4th in the league among shooting guards in defensive rating, only trailing Jayson Tatum, Orlando's Franz Wagner, and Houston's Amen Thompson. Post-game, Brown and Pritchard both touched on Jaylen's defense.
I don't think defense is, like, people pay enough attention to it, but I feel like I'm one of the best two-way players in the world. So I try to hang my hat on that side, like doing different assignments, like picking up guys full court, chasing guys off screen, switching on the big. That takes a lot of energy. Then have to go back down and try to score 24, 25 a night, get our guys going. But, defense is where our team kind of needs to set the tone and hang our hat, physicality, toughness. And, I feel like I'm the leader of that, so I gotta hold myself accountable each and every night. Pete let me know after the game, I gave up some baskets, so I got guys that's gonna let me know if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I mean, to be honest though, like, for what he is capable of doing though, and like at his size, and you don't see many people like picking up full court like that, guarding the best guards in the world. Usually he would be somebody his size who guard a wing, but he's picking up the best point guards in the world full court, and then like you said, scoring 25. People don't really understand how difficult that really is, and they'll overestimate like what that takes. So he should definitely be in the all defensive team category because we give him the hardest assignments. Like, it's an exhausting thing, and he's creating havoc and making things tough every night. So.
Jayson Tatum had 22 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals against Indiana as he kept up what's been an MVP caliber season in 2024-25. Showcasing the fact that we're witnessing the best version of JT throughout his 8 years in the league thus far. Compared to last season, Jayson's averaging more points, rebounds, assists, and steals per game, while shooting a higher percentage from three-point range. Jayson's true shooting percentage is also higher than last year. Tatum's currently 5th in the league in scoring and 17th in the league in rebounding. Speaking of board getting, over his last 6 outings, Tatum's averaging 13 boards per night, which is 5th highest in the association, only trailing Karl Anthony Towns, Ivica Zubac, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Domantas Sabonis. This makes Tatum the highest rebounding wing across the association over the last handful of outings. Against the Pacers, Tatum became the first Celtic since Antoine Walker to log 20-plus points and 10-plus rebounds in 5 consecutive games. Scoring-wise, Tatum's 4 15-point first quarters are second most in the NBA, only trailing teammate Jaylen Brown. top candidate for 6th man of the year Payton Pritchard posted 18 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds, as Fast PP came up 2 boards shy of recording his second career triple-double. Pritchard knocked down 4 of his 10 triples and shockingly grabbed 5 offensive rebounds in this one. Pritchard was rocking some of Jaylen Brown's 7-4-1 shoes and fittingly finished as a game's second highest, plus 25, only trailing Jaylen Brown. Post-game, Pritchard let us in on what the 7-4-1s boost in your game.
And then, Jaylen, obviously you had a season high 44. Payton, you were a couple boards away from a triple-double. Do you think your footwear choices tonight were a coincidence? Or do you think it meant something that both of you had such great nights?
Like, it gives you a little bit, like in 2K, it gives you a couple points overall in quickness, rebounding, I think I had 2 offensive rebounds in a row. Maybe if I'm not rocking the shoes, I don't have that quick a bounce.
If Payton gets a dunk this season, it's definitely the shoes.
Jordan Walsh displayed how developed of a talent he is, and he's proven me wrong for saying this team needed Lonnie Walker. I did mention that if Walsh developed, Walker wouldn't be needed, but nonetheless, Walsh posted a team's second most in terms of bench points of 9. Walsh also had a blocked shot and was a plus 16. Post-game, Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla spoke on both Walsh and the Celtics' status as a team in general.
Yeah, and he, obviously made a great read on his shot, but he has really good physical defensive possessions that you don't see. You have to really watch the possessions. He stands guys up. He doesn't open up his hips on angles. He's physical. He got like 2 rebounds outside of his area, so he's continuing to get better on like the small things that really matter.
What makes you go, like, earlier in the season you went to Drew Peterson in certain spots. What makes you decide, like, okay, this is the guy for this game, this guy?
Yeah, the matchup plays a big part in that. Who we're playing against, we went to Drew Peterson against a team that is more susceptible to go zone against us. And, sometimes you're just looking about what he's done when he was in Maine. Or, obviously there's a balance of having an understanding that everyone on the bench has to impact winning at some point. So. But it mostly goes into kind of what the lineups look like for us, what the matchups look like for your opponent. Yeah, guys do a great job focused on the process. Don't get distracted by, what's not most important. So, win or lose, we have an understanding of what where we're at, where we want to get to, what we have to work on, where we can get better, and they stick that whether we win or lose. So. They do a good job of not getting distracted by things that don't impact winning and focusing on those things daily. So it's a credit to them.
This was your boy DFlow, and I'll see you next video.